Hey everyone, Codex here. I hope you're doing fantastic. So today what we're gonna do is take a look at Cronos or CRO, which is basically the native token of the Cronos chain developed by Crypto.com, and we'll be discussing if this bearish trend will continue in the next few months or if things are about to change. So Cronos has hit a wild ride this market cycle, and it went from being worth nothing to almost $1 last year, and this return has happened for two main reasons. The first one being marketing, since Crypto.com has spent enormous amount of money to get the rights for an arena, to sponsor Formula 1, to sponsor the next FIFA, and they even spent about $100 million just for their YouTube ad. And so in total, they have spent over $1 billion last year. The main reason behind this growth, however, was their bank cards, which offered cash payback upon purchases. Now, what this means is that when you buy something using your Crypto.com card, you will be getting some of that money back, which was somewhere between 3 and 8%. And in order for you to get a card, you needed to buy and stake Cronos. And so Crypto.com users kept buying the token, which has of course pushed the price to new all-time highs. However, as inflation started to rise back at the end of last year and as Bitcoin started going down, CRO followed it, which is totally normal because we know that altcoins usually follow Bitcoin's trend. And Cronos actually ended up dropping massively. I mean, we went from slightly less than $1 back in November to as low as 32 cents 2 months later. Now, the second crash started for one main reason, which was Crypto.com changing their cash payback rates. And this happened because they didn't have enough money anymore. Because if you have been in the space for a very long time, you should know that 8% cash payback in a bear market isn't sustainable at all. There are no new investors coming into the space and nobody wants to put his money into these exchanges. And so it's normal for this to happen. There isn't any way to pay the users. And upon these news of the payback rates changes, CRO ended up getting obliterated. And as of now, it's down over 80% from its peak. Now, the first thing you can notice by looking at this chart is that it looks very similar to Bitcoin's chart back in 2017 to 2018. I mean, the pattern is basically the same. A strong move down with a massive red wick after the rally, of course, and this was followed up by multiple relief phases before the massive crash down. And Bitcoin's chart back in its previous market cycle doesn't look any different, although it was on a slightly larger scale. Well, does this mean that this is our bottom and we will be seeing something like this next? Well, it could be it, although I'm having a hard time seeing us bottoming here as there are still sell orders coming in heavily. I would say that there is a chance of CRO following BTC's trend. I mean, 3 or 4 months ago, for example, we compared Solana to Ethereum's chart back in its previous market cycle. And we said that Sol will get destroyed, and it ended up happening. And so there is a chance, I would say, of such a move happening with Cronos. Now, if we take a look at the Phoenix Ascending indicator, which is a momentum indicator, what we can see on the 3 days time frame is that the blue LSMA and red RSI are very low. And we know that whenever these blue and red lines are trending down and they are below the mid yellow line, we experience massive crashes. And this has happened multiple times already with Cronos. I mean, looking here, how after our blue and red lines fell down below the mid-yellow line, the downward pressure got triggered and we got destroyed. And the same thing happened in here when we were at around 60 cents. Blue LSMA and red RSI fell down at the end of last year and the price crashed massively. And this has also happened a month ago or so. Our blue LSMA and red RSI went down below the mid-yellow line, which is the level of 50, signaling a downward pressure, and the price ended up going down over 60% in a short period of time. And as long as these two lines are this low, don't expect much from Cronos. This doesn't mean that we can't go up. We never say that. We could definitely see a rise of 20, 30% or even more, but it usually ends up being a trap. I mean, just looking here, for example, how despite the blue LSMA and red RSI being very low, and they were also below the mid-yellow line indicating a bearish trend, the price didn't care and it still went up for some days, but it didn't last and it crashed again and it went to lower levels. And this is why being cautious now is very important. We have a clear downtrend and the bullish momentum that we are slightly experiencing now is very weak. The only good thing I can think of is our support. And look, as long as we are holding this level, things are okay. Although we are getting demolished on the macro scale, but yeah, we are still above this level, which is slightly reassuring for now. However, if we start trending below it, then we will see a massive crash down like it happened in here or also in here, for one simple reason. there aren't enough buy orders below this level, in here I mean, to build a basis for us to bounce back up in case of a crash. We hit a basis in here since there were a lot of buy orders, and you can see how we held this support for a very long time. But as soon as we went below it, the crash happened, and this was simply because there weren't enough buy orders in here for us to bounce back up. And the same will happen in here, simply based on the buy orders. On the macro scale and on the weekly time frame now, we can notice that CRO is also below the bull market support band, which is a very bad sign. And the bull market support band is actually very far away from the current price. And as long as we are below that level, we can't really talk about a bull run. And I'm saying this because I know for a fact that if we go up 10% tomorrow, for example, everybody will start celebrating again, although we would still be down 80% from the top. I personally don't think that we will break down below this level, at least for now, because I think that we've hit a bearish momentum for a very long time now. And I think that we are undervalued. I think that Cronos is currently undervalued. So that was about it, guys, for today. Thanks for sticking by till the end. Also, if you want to store your CRO in a hardware wallet, make sure to check out Decent. They are currently offering a $50 discount on their biometric wallet with my code Codex Crypto. Plus, they offer giveaways for the wallet holders, and so make sure to check the link down below in the comment section. Have a nice day, like the video, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.